Alright, you guys, I got some serious breaking news to bring to you guys. Are they good news? Kind of. And it's actually regarding Between the Buried and Me, and a lot of you know that they've announced a new album and things like that. Well, very recently, they have announced their new album, and they released a single not too long ago, like 4 days ago, and I hate myself for not reviewing it then. The new song is called Condemned to the Gallows, and I wanted to give my take on this new track by Between the Buried and Me. And they have also announced the album title, and I believe it is called Automata. Now, one thing that is very interesting about that's going to happen to this album is that I believe they're going through the same cycle as the Parallax albums. There's going to be a part 1 and a part 2 to it. Now, to my knowledge, this album is only going to have 6 tracks on it. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the exact same thing as what they did with the Parallax albums. Like, is this one going to be just an EP and then the second part will be an entire studio album? I'm not sure. But I do believe that we're getting both parts this year. As far as their Wikipedia page goes, we're getting both parts this year. Very strange. This is one thing that I didn't think Between the Buried and Me would ever do again. I didn't think they would ever do, like, a part 1 and a part 2, kind of thing. It's very interesting, though. And I like that, some bands do that because, once you go through listening to enough of the first part, you gotta get bored of it. And then, okay, I'm ready for the second part. And then that comes around, and you enjoy that too. But I'm talking about the new song, Condemned to the Gallows. And when I saw the thumbnail and, when it was recommended to me and things like that, I was stoked. I was super excited to see it. And what do I think of this song? I'm not gonna lie, but I was a bit disappointed. I was. Should have known, too, because of how disappointing their last album was. I'm kind of let down. Now, I do want to talk about the good things about this song first, obviously. One of the good things is the scream vocals are actually done very well. I do like the scream vocals a lot in this song. Between the Buried and Me scream vocals always has a very raw sounding, scream vocals, which that's one of the things I absolutely love about the band. How raw they are and how talented they are with guitars and things like that. And the opening to the song with the clean guitar, it actually doesn't sound that bad. However, when it gets into the vocals, when it first jumps right into the clean vocals, I'm just like, oh no, we're going back to this. And it's not just that it goes straight into clean vocals, but he just repeats the song name twice, which to me seems uninspiring. It doesn't really work, in my opinion. I mean, if you were to say it, I think he should have said it like once, and then through the rest of the song it went. And the instrument work, I gotta say, is not too bad in the song. I think it's pretty good, but it's kind of mediocre. It's nothing like I really haven't heard from Between the Buried and Me before. And not to mention, some parts of the song just really feel uninspiring. Especially, within the clean vocals. The clean vocals is probably the thing I dislike in this song. They're very uninspiring. Basically what this song is, it's basically Coma Ecliptic, just Alaska'd, if that makes sense. Now, is this song better than anything on Coma Ecliptic? Yeah. I would say it's a step in the right direction, but it's just not much better. I felt like they could have really done something with this, something better with this song, like added more, like raw clean vocals, because the clean vocals on albums such as Colors were actually very enjoyable to listen to, but not on this song. Now keep in mind too that this is just a single, I think, and Between the Buried and Me has never been one to have the best singles. In my opinion, they don't know how to put out a good single. There are plenty of songs in their discography that I can think of that would make better singles than the singles that are, out now. And if this, and this is just my initial reaction, guys, this song could grow on me, but as of now, I'm just kind of meh about it, because I know that usually does happen a lot when songs first come out by a band you like. Like, you're kind of iffy about it at first. You're like, I don't know if I like this, because it's something different, But I think this, I would say it's just decent, this song. And it's better than Coma Ecliptic. And I'm glad that, we're not exactly getting Paralox 3, but we are getting a new, series of albums. And that was really the last thing I've expected, but it's actually pretty cool. And the album could still shape up to be pretty good, because I would say that most of Between the Buried and Me's work is good. So that's my review for this song, titled Condemned to the Gallows. I'm gonna have to give it like a 6 out of 10. I would say it's just a little bit above average. The problem is, it feels uninspiring. I feel like that's really the main thing about this song, and the clean vocals. This song could do without the clean vocals, honestly. And I don't usually say that about metal songs, because I usually like when metal bands and metal songs and things like that, I usually like when they have a mix of, cleans and screams. I usually like that kind of thing, but the cleans just don't work for this song. I think if it would have been just the screams, I would have rated this album this track a lot higher. Not to mention, the instruments, some parts of the instruments can sound a bit mediocre. And I would rather, the band be a little more creative and a little more experimental with that. So, yeah. But like I said, guys, I'm just going by one song on the new album. So, the rest of the album could be really good. It really could. So, if you have not listened to the song yet, would I recommend it? If you're a fan of the band, I do recommend it. And there's just some other things to keep in mind too, guys. One of the things is, this is going to be Between the Buried and Me's 8th studio album. And, they say that, when a band makes it to their 8th album, that's when the band starts becoming a little uninspired. Which is what I've been saying about the song. I know that's happened with Demon Hunter and Iron Maiden and Metallica to an extent. So I believe that Between the Buried and Me just might be going through that same thing. However, I do believe this is a step further. They're improving from Coma Ecliptic. It was like Clean Vocal City on their last album, and it wasn't that good. But the new album can still shape up to be pretty good. And another thing to keep in mind, now this is more of a bias thing, it's more of an opinionated thing, or experience thing, whatever you want to call it, and it's that I'm not really feeling, the more modern stuff anymore. I've been doing a lot of exploration with the more classic bands, so I just haven't been feeling as passionate about the more modern bands. Not to mention, this is metalcore we are talking about. So it really, there's just some things that I'm kind of iffy about, of course. So those are some things you have to take in consideration. But like I said, guys, I do think this song is decent. It's good for what it is, but it is a little uninspired, and it's... I don't know, I feel like they could be more creative with it. And, you know, the rest of the album could shape up to be pretty good. When the second single, if there is a second single that comes out, I hope it'll be better than this. I'm still willing to give this new album a chance. So, thank you all for watching. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the song. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and take care.